Yeah, and as we watch the 737 MAX just heading towards the runway, let's move on to Mike Daniel, who's a Managing Director at the Aviation Insight. He joins us from Singapore via Skype. And Mike Daniel, tell us more about the changes that have been made and what kind of training the pilots will have to do.
Okay, well, let's first start with the redesign of the systems, the aircraft systems, and after that, the redesign, then there's considerable testing. And the redesign and the testing then leads to the change of processes that the pilots have to use and follow, in particular the flight manual procedures. So now with the lifting of the order to allow the airlines to begin the flying, now it's incumbent for the airlines to retrain their pilots in order to meet the expectations of the FAA order. It is all about safety now. We talk about the confidence of the flying confidence of the public, but it really is the bottom line is safety now, and the measures taken by the FAA as well as the airlines to produce that higher level of safety to restore the confidence of the flying public.
Right, people are bound to be nervous flying in that plane. Would you be 100% happy to fly the 737 MAX?
I would be more than happy to do it because knowing how the adjustments were made, not only the FAA certification process and the delegation process, which is one of the more controversial aspects of the recertification, but knowing all the changes that have taken place, and not only on the Boeing side, but also on the FAA side. So now it's where we left, it's with the airline side, and that goes back to the training and reintroducing the aircraft into the system. And so there are going to be a lot of people around the world watching this. There's other things that people may not be aware of, but the airlines have to report any occurrences that are attributed to reintroducing the aircraft. So the FAA will be monitoring this quite closely. In fact, they will have some inspectors on some of the flights as well for monitoring.
Just how damaging has this been for Boeing?
Well, I think the damage here has to do with the reputation. Now, the stock market, you can talk about the ups and downs there, but the Boeing reputation took a tremendous hit at the very beginning for, let's say, not being more attentive for the accidents and the international accidents that took place. So it is going to be not only a confidence rebuilding, but also a reputation rebuilding factor for Boeing.
Mike Daniel, great to get that from you, that perspective. Thanks very much indeed. That's Mike Daniel, Managing Director at Aviation Insight. Thanks very much indeed. As we watch the 737 MAX preparing to take off, heading flight 718, scheduled to leave Miami at 10:30 a.m. local time and land in New York at 1:30 p.m. after a long and difficult time for Boeing.